Well, welcome everyone. As you know, most of you are in my Super Bowl class, as you know, on Super Bowl Sunday, we gather together and watch every single commercial, pause it, and evaluate the ads on 3 criteria: likability, persuasiveness, and brand identity. And we end up declaring an overall winner. And we give the very prestigious award, the Cocky Award. And now, without further ado, the reason you're here. Thank you, Cocky.
Thanks, Cocky. Thanks, Cocky. Thanks so much. This is so nice.
The most prestigious award these folks have ever won in their lives.
It's
they
true.
May have won an Effie, etc., but
Yeah, so we're just going to quickly take you through a little bit of just how this idea came about, a little bit of what's involved in the production process. We want to keep it really informal, so interrupt us if you have any specific questions. But we do want to leave time for like a little Q&A at the end too. We might have a special guest appearance at that time as well. So really quick, the dumbest idea ever, that's what we call this presentation, and kind of this idea of what happened with Weego. Here We Go is an existing Bud Light campaign that was created before our agency ever got our hands on working on Bud Light. In fact, when we came up with Weego, we didn't even have the account. We were in pitch mode, along with some other agencies. So what happened was the Super Bowl was drawing near. The client really wasn't seeing any other new campaigns that were getting them excited. And it's like, we need stuff on the Super Bowl soon. We need to get in production. This is probably about November, December. Hey, McGarry Bowen, why don't you throw in some Here We Go spots? So at our agency, there's nobody assigned to Bud Light because we didn't have the account. So it was pretty much, hey, if you have time, throw in a couple scripts, we'd really appreciate it. Strez and I are group creative director levels, so we actually have a lot of responsibilities on some of those other accounts you saw. So we were pretty busy, but we wanted to help. So we had this really dumb idea. If the tagline was Here We Go, if there's a dog named Weego, to call Weego, you'd have to say Here We Go. Oh, that's funny. Haha. Too silly. What do you do with that? Forget it. And then we're like, oh, it's kind of cute, and dogs always do well at the Super Bowl. And as much as our instincts are, you don't want to do what's been done. It's like, well, this could really kind of be something. Make that tagline have a different kind of meaning. So we were off to the races. So,
and just there was a little part of the backstory too. Was we were working on other stuff, as Dave said. We were in pitch mode. Our chief creative officer's like, hey, throw some stuff in there, guys. It'd be great if you did. And that's why, we had the dog one, the Weego, Here We Go. We had other Weego spots or other Here We Go spots too, but that was kind of the silliest one or the stupidest one. And so we did put it away, and then the meeting came up that we had to show stuff, so then we brought it back out. And a lot of people liked it. I mean, the idea of making him a rescue dog was something that was always in the script. And that actually added something to it as we went on. But seriously, it started as really a stupid idea.
But it wasn't, it was okay. Right. So that was the backstory. See? Oh, look,
Thank you.
Well, I did.
So,
Here's the genesis and original script in 4. You kind of talked about the genesis.
yeah, kind of talked about that, but so the next stage is you have this idea. You kind of, at least for the purposes of this, it's like write a script. You don't really need to do a storyboard. Throw a keyframe in there, just give it a look and feel. So if you go to the next one.
This was the actual storyboard.
Here's the dog we were thinking of.
So originally, obviously, here's the actual script we presented. I found this image. There was something about this image. I just stuck the bottle next to it. The bottle would be gigantic if you really do it on size proportion. But
and really quick, it didn't really change. It's like this whole thing, all the bits you saw in that Super Bowl spot were all created later. Working with the director and like, what are the funniest things we can think of? What's the dog capable of doing? The script is actually a little simpler. So you open in a guy's yard. They're playing with a weird-looking dog, and his 2 friends arrive to hang out. Hey, you got a dog? Yeah, he's a rescue dog. His name's Weego. Weego? What kind of name is that? Follow him. Here, Weego. Dog runs to a fridge, fishes out a Bud Light, and runs it over to the dude. Awesome. So pretty much kind of what we shot.
That's what we shot.
More friends arrive, and this was just a little bit generic. First friend scopes out the scene. He sees it's a good party with lots of Bud Light. Here we go. Dog comes out of nowhere, drops a Bud Light at his feet. Cut. Another girl arrives, excited about the party. Not really thinking about the dog, more about, oh, look, there's Ted. Oh, here we go. That's full of shit. So you see the dog rolling a Bud Light bottle toward her with his nose. Cut to a big group of people arriving. Guy says, all right, everybody made it. And then the group's like, here we go. Dog sizes up the crowd, kind of freaks out. He goes over and grabs a cooler with his teeth. So that was the big ending. Product section of a sure sign of a good time. Just try to taste the Bud Light. Here we go. And then the original ending was a little bit risque. The owner's there and he's shaking his legs like, off we go, off we go. So, which we shot.
We do, actually, you'll see it in the rough cut. You'll see it in the rough cut, and we made a decision. One, it was just kind of like, it was too easy. It was pre-sophomore. And 2, it's just, we had better ways to end it. Obviously, with the rescue call back. Also, too, just with the casting of this little image, we were looking for something that wasn't like, the last thing we wanted to do was just like, because they've done a lot of dog spots. And all those dogs are always really super cute and stuff, and we wanted this dog to be a little less cute and more just, he's got some personality. So that's why we chose that. And at one point we were thinking a pug could be funny. And as we did some more research, and as you'll see, it's just like, there's a lot of pugs in advertising right now. So
here's the scariest part of the presentation.
this is the scariest part. Testing. There should be like 17 more testing. What Bud Light or Anheuser-Busch loves to do is, there was like 6, I think there might have been 6 spots that they actually put into testing, 2 of which kind of won out. One was Weego, one was another one, the cook-off. And this is the process that Anheuser-Busch makes us go through. A lot of clients actually do this too. And so what an animatic is basically this really, I think it's incredibly creepy, but it's a kind of an animated photo storyboard of basically the commercial, right? The trick is, you don't want it to be too good. You want it to be pretty stripped down so you get the story, but you still want to have something, you want to have some kind of feeling that comes across. So we'll show you the actual animatic that was tested.
Hey, you got a dog? Oh, yeah, he's a rescue dog. His name's Weego. Weego? What kind of name is that? Call him. Here we go. Awesome. Here we go.
Oh, look, there's Ted. Here we go.
All right, everyone made it.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh. The sure sign of a good time. It's just right taste of Bud Light. Here we go.
Off we go. Off we go.
So that was the actual thing. So you can see that was pretty close to the script. It's like the way you create these things are so different than how you actually create a commercial, because you don't have, I mean, with a commercial, you've got a director, you've got casting, you've got production value. This, you just literally have the drawings, and all those voices are people that we work with. they're all just friends of ours and coworkers.
The owner of the dog is our boss.
Yeah.
and
That was-
he likes
that
to
was-
put his voice on.
He loves his voice.
Put our voice and then he just takes it out. It's funny.
He's like, what if it was more like this?
Yeah, he does.
So, and again, that was tested against a bunch of consumers saw it. I don't actually know what the methodology is. Maybe it was online or something. And again, people really like that spot. And again, if you notice, there was no, rescue dog component at the back end or anything. Obviously, he's a rescue dog that sets up front and stuff. But
People just, like the jokes and stuff.
So off we go, meaning off to production because it did test pretty well. Client was excited. They technically bought a 30-second spot. That's what we were set out to produce. That was what was bid. Haven't seen the Super Bowl, it wound up being a 60. We can talk a little bit about how that happened. The next step is to get a director. So, a full-fledged commercial film director. Typically we look at a bunch of reels up to like maybe 2 dozen. We have some names in mind going in. We know who the good comedy directors are. We look at the reels. And we usually narrow it to 3. And then we actually have phone calls with them and talk about what they're going to bring to it, what we're kind of expecting. And then they write up a treatment. So we've included a sample of what a treatment looks like.
That's the production
Randy Hassel
company.
was our director. Smuggler was the name of the production company. I won't read this, but it's just, he's kind of selling himself and his vision. My approach is to heighten the comedy by mixing up the delivery. A lot about what kind of humor, what kind of casting.
yeah, I'll just keep clicking through.
Sure. He pulls scrap. There's another spot on the air called Cook Off that our agency also did. Scrap and I work. The creators of that.
Here's what's funny, right? We're looking at this treatment. That picture right there is actually Nugget, or Weego, our dog. Which was
we don't
really...
know how he got that.
I don't know how you got that. We were actually surprised by that.
You can see from the animatic, we were actually thinking maybe it's more of an urban backyard kind of setting, and as you saw the spot, it's more of a suburban. The reason that changed was because we thought of that swimming pool gag, which you guys might remember where he floated by in the little floating mattress. Wouldn't really be in an urban, apartment building backyard, so little things like that, you're always kind of changing the idea, changing the concept a little bit. He found this great YouTube clip of a dog that actually can open a fridge by yanking a dish towel. Just to show he's into the job and make sure we're on the same page.
Even
some
just
different scenarios he mapped out.
Shots of maybe how the film might look and stuff like that.
So that's kind of the next step, and then we pick from those directors. We have to get client approval. We have to get internal approval. Pretty much everybody was on board with him. Sometimes there's a little bit of friction or questions or pushback, but time was tight and everybody liked Rennie and his reel. So then we meet up with the director and we get into casting, and it's like pretty much like casting for actors, but we actually had to cast a dog, obviously. So we'll give you a couple of.
We'll give you these were our kind of selects for who we wanted Weego to be.
Still thinking probably a pug, but we need to be open. Who can do these tricks?
Here's the first one. His name's Sprig.
So we like Sprig. He was cool.
Bang. Edge rise.
So these are animal trainers, animal wranglers.
On your feet. Okay.
Dogs.
Circle. 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 Hey. Circle. Good. Other way. Good. Down. Head down. Head up. On your feet. Sit. Back up. Yeah, that's cute. Back up. Stay. All right. Go on your mark. Get up there. On your mark. Stay. Scratch.
Totally lost the job there. Scratch, I don't know why he was. These are
Good.
just things
Stay.
he knew.
Stay.
All right, this is
Fetch
like
it. Fetch it. On your mark. Stay. Good. Stay. Hold it. Circle.
Play the bottle of beer.
Circle.
So that was Sprig. Okay, and again, that's a bottle of beer, and that was something, obviously, the bottle of beer that we actually use in the commercials are plastic bottles and stuff like that. We couldn't use glass for safety reasons, but also, these little guys, they have to be able to kind of carry this thing around and to make it look real. That's the only probably big thing we did. So that's why they were trained with the little plastic bottles. The next guy, or girl, up, was Isabella, because we were still considering a pug.
Back up. Good. Back up. Good. Stay. Do you want me to turn that TV off?
Nah, you're fine. Yep.
So you hear the trainers time, and they're just literally like.
Go ahead.
Go on. Take it. Take it. Take it. Good. Take it. Hold it. Hold it. Take it.
You kind of blew it,
I struggle a little bit more.
Yep, go ahead.
Take it. Good. Take it. Hold it. Go, Mark. Stay. Watch. Hold it. Good. Look. Watch.
Recording.
So she was pretty cute, but then the way she was presented was, she was
Yep.
presented with her,
Good.
I don't know if this is her brother, but basically they said you get both of them, right? Because then the thought was maybe you get the two dogs, and they kind of look alike, and then you can get that much more coverage. So that was so you got him too, so then you would have both of them. He had a funnier face. Strange bark. I don't know how he made that sound.
Recording.
Go, Mark. Stay. Back up. Good. Happy dog. Back up. Stay. Happy dog. Happy dog. Happy dog. Stay. Speak. Happy dog.
Very strange.
Happy
So,
dog. Stay.
so then the next guy came up.
Old dog named Nugget.
You just want to look at that face for a second. We saw that thing, it's like, this guy's awesome. Where did this guy come from? And again, it was like, we had already started to kind of move off of a pug, or there was a lot of kids that like, are there too many pugs? And then everyone was sending us pug commercials. There's a pug in this one. There's a pug here. We can't go with a pug.
Yeah.
And then we knew the first one, Sprig, was really cute and almost a little too perfect. And then as we thought about a rescue dog, is a dog who is just, there's something about him that's like, you know, even in Randy's treatment was like Zach Galifianakis. Somebody that's just like a little bit like, just comical, not perfect, but really pretty cool. So we saw this. I'll just play the tape and you'll see. Oops, sorry. Let me go back. I gotta go through these. Hold on, guys. Oops. I had it. Come on. Here we go. So let's just let this play, because what he was doing with the bottle and all that was awesome too.
Good hairstyle.
Really great hairstyle.
Sit.
Actually, you can get treat like a down.
Back up. Stay. Sit. Lie down. Stay.
Rolling.
Head down. Head up. Good. Head down. Head up. Good. Stay. On your feet. Big. Big. Stay. 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 Stay.
Rolling.
Stay.
Bud Light.
Keep 'em up. Come on, hold it to your mark. Come on. Stay. Hold it. Come on, to your mark. Stay.
So, obviously watching that kind of sold us. Now keep in mind, we're watching these, this was over Christmas break, right?
Yeah.
So we're all like viewing the tapes and we're phoning each other and oh man, this guy's awesome. Yeah, I love night. It's like, so this was all going on. All right, let me keep going now.
So we recommended to the client using this guy, and then the pug team were the backups, and they agreed. Nugget was cool. Had to, cast some regular people to be in this spot as well. We won't show all their casting tapes, but there's, it's kind of battles, wins and losses. Obviously, these two guys, Ryan and Echo, made the spot. This guy didn't quite make it. Another guy took his place. So it's like you go through each one. The client has to approve. They don't like this guy's look. They don't like this person's performance.
I think this guy disappeared.
He disappeared.
I think we needed a new diver cannonball guy, which actually was a new guy, and then actually dude number 2 became Ben.
Yeah.
Who was from something else that we were casting. So this came from a completely different tape that the director made, which is like about her. Okay, so then putting Weego together. The rough cuts. Okay, so we go out and we shoot this thing, right? And again, this was a 30, so we were only shooting a day, right? Which we, in the back of our heads, were thinking this could be a 60, but we got to get a 30. The director was smart enough to say, let's have 2 cameras, so we've got enough coverage, and let's try to just come up with as many bits as we can. Some of the stuff we decided was, we're not doing any green screen, so all the tricks that he could do, we trained him, or his trainers trained him. Even the rolling on the keg and all that stuff he could do, opening the fridge, nudging things, carrying things, all that he could do. So we just tried to come up with as many jokes or bits as we could that we could actually get done. And we pretty much shot all day so we basically ran out of lighting. So we had a lot of footage, and we didn't know. This could have gone really bad if he got really nervous in front of the camera. We know we had to get our 30, but we were just like, the more we could get would just give us that many more options editorially. So what you're going to see is the actual first rough cut of a 30 and a 60. You'll see a lot of things, like the off Weego joke is in there, which we got rid of. The color's not right. The music is kind of whack. It's like there's no sound effects.
Is this the one with there's a cameo from a dog?
I think in the 60 there is.
You guys might be under remember, but there's another famous Bud Light dog that makes a cameo.
You got a dog? Yeah. Name's Weego. Weego. What kind of name is that? Call him. Here we go. No. Yep. Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. It's the sure sign of a good time. It's just right taste of Bud Light. Here we go.
And you see that had that little pole there. All that pole was just to basically keep it steady for him. He was actually doing it. It's like a little rake. It's a rake. It just kind of keeps it so it doesn't do this. It just does this. But you saw like we put Spuds McKenzie in there, which was a little homage to the old Bud Light stuff with Spuds. He did not make the cut for various reasons. Legally, we're not allowed to go into. Here's the 60 that we actually...
Thank you, buddy. What? You got a dog? Yeah. He's a rescue dog. Name's Weego. Weego. What kind of name is that? Call him. Here we go.
Here's pretty fast. There's like music playing in the background. Different tracks.
No. Yep. Here we go.
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 That's a good boy.
Wow.
Here we go. It's the sure sign of a good time. It's just right taste of Bud Light. Here we go.
Now, if you notice, right, no rescue dog call-out yet, even in the rough cut form, because we were still just, and again, this was something we showed internally. There was issues with it from like, our chief creative, like the pacing and stuff like that. There was a lot of stuff that needed to happen and tighten this up. Same with the 32, but that's just so you guys know. I mean, that was our first kind of like, we get that together internally, work with an editor. Her name was Glorley. Put all this together, have our meetings, then go internal, show everything, and then get it in front of the client. Typically, the client will see a rough cut, and they'll have comments, they'll have thoughts, and then they'll go back and revise it and stuff like that. So we just wanted to show you that was actually the very first stuff we showed. Even the off Weego joke, we decided we thought Weego was bigger than that. And that's honestly, that's why he was.
He's too classy.
He's classy. He's totally classy. All right, so I think it is.
Music, so you can see these rough cuts, we're struggling a little bit with like what's going to drive this spot without getting in the way. You know, Bud Light doesn't have a song or music track per se. It's kind of, you know, open based on, you know, what the spot is. So those are a couple of attempts. I mean, they're a little bit expected. They're a little bit before.
This one was called Maestro.
So here's a couple others.
¿Está preparada, señorita?
Sí, sí, maestro.
It's like you lay that to picture, you see what feels right. This one's like, oh, okay, this could be kind of fun with him running back and forth, but it felt a little expected. Okay, and again, you're laying this against picture to see what's going right. Then we tried another one, which is this one. But if you listen to the lyrics, we actually did a lot of editing to the actual commercial. It's just like, Coach Jill,
Ready? Let's give it to him, huh? Knick-knack, paddywhack, your coach deals a bone. Pleasure joke, you go pay the bill of my cellular phone. I don't need to talk no politics, so leave that stuff alone. Light it up, roll it up, but I don't smoke no more. You the funky chicken, money, listen. You feel the fishing, pull the inner heat out. Backstage, you put the weed out. You like it,
to do. So we took that track. We talked to Coach Dills, who he couldn't have been more thrilled that we picked his track. And hey, do you mind saying, instead of saying give Coach Dills a bone, say give the dog a bone? He's like, yeah, whatever. How much? Okay. So I think that made a difference. And that actually, once we put that track down, and it kind of set the right tone and the right feel, because that was one of the things coming out of the rough cut meeting with the client. The client's like, I think the music could be kind of cooler. It'll be a little hipper. So that was the process of like finding the right track for that.
And we actually have a music department at our agency that you know, does explorations, can commission music, sign music houses to do demos. So, you know, and we have extensive music collections too. So it's like kind of having conversations with them and getting into something that's cool.
Now, digital was something we were working on at the same time. Now we have a digital team and a whole department that works on this as well. So when we're out producing Weego and making this stuff, we're also seeing digital ideas, and they're all coming together because that was a big component that we felt all of these spots, whatever we did for Bud Light, needed. So we'll show you the very first original digital idea that was presented, right? And again, if you know it's original because you still got the weird pug from the storyboard. So the idea was, hey, how about we tweet me at Weego, right? So the idea was during the Super Bowl, you would actually tweet Weego, and he would be on a live cam sitting there, and you would type things to him, and he would respond in some guttural, funny way of just grunts and things like that. Snort, grumble, fart, flarp. And for every tweet, you donated to ASPCA, right? Pretty simple idea. And then it could also, you could do it mobily or it would link to Facebook. Well, client said, hey, this idea is interesting. I like this idea. It seems kind of complicated. Don't really want to go near Twitter right now because of some other reasons. Could this work all on Facebook? Well, like, of course it could. So, again, now you can see we're actually using the right Weego image. Originally, it was like the Facebook where you would go to here we go, show Weego some love, and we'll donate to art. Because even the client had said, hey, why don't we partner with Camilarosa's art? This could be great. So we're like, okay, cool. So same idea, tweet or like, donate. Got it. Really simple. And so then you had just different components of that. So we broke that down, how that would work. Then we had even another idea with this, which was, okay, after you like it, right, then thanks for your show of support, we had actually, at one point, developed this where we went out and shot a bunch of Weego in LA. This was like a couple weeks after the shoot. And so we had this idea where he would actually nudge your photo in. So you would just grab your pic down from Facebook, it would be in a frame, and he would nudge it in and act like he liked it and stuff. Really great until Facebook said, no, you can't do that. That is ours. That is, you can't use pictures that are our property. That's not fair. They're like, really? Because it's really cool. Yeah. It's like, no, you'd have to gate it where you have to opt in and give Bud Light permission to use it. It was sort of like, screw that. So we didn't do that. But what we did do is, and we showed the commercial on Facebook and stuff. So what we did do is, we kind of did that little teaser video that kind of just let people, one, tease the ad that it was coming, build in that social component of like, go onto Facebook to like it. And then this was a little video we shot once we met our goal of, I think it was 100K. So that was something we just went out and shot internally, and you know, and that was like when you really, I mean, we still had him where he had learned a few, he hadn't forgotten it. Because that's the other thing. The trainers are always like, you got about 2 weeks and they'll forget it. Or then we have to retrain him. It's like, okay. So like we had other shots of him. That's where we shot some of the stills, and that's where you've seen a lot of these stills from. So that was the, so as that was going on, finishing touches. Now, finishing touches mean, what's the look of the film, right? The rough cut you saw, it seemed pretty straight. We thought it would be really cool and nice to kind of break through, is to kind of, and this was the director's input too, give the film kind of a, he almost called it like a beery feel, so it was more amber, and then let the Bud Light blues really pop. Even the way Weego, his coloration is really kind of ambery and beer-like, which, trust us, was a surprise, and we just kind of went with it. That wasn't something we were looking for. But just even from like how we wardrobed the people and stuff like that, that was all thought through. Then like special effects or sound effects, right? The only special effects was just removing the little bar that was holding that rig, and then actually adding this title or something. That's not really special effects. Music, we had the music and got that recorded and put in correctly.
Sound effects.
AVO, had to record the guy saying it, even though you'd think it exists, but we recorded that.
Yeah.
All the background music and then all the rights.
Yeah, even that announcer we heard 100 times saying, you know, just right taste of Bud Light. Here we go. We actually had him read it. The just right taste of Bud Light. Here we go. Like that, just to see if, you know, just an extra little bit of comedy. And I liked it, Straz liked it, or Boss didn't really like it.
So didn't
went back to the other way.
All the other things, the little legal supers, all those good things, all that goes into the final thing. And once we get kind of locked in on the rough cut, then it's very costly to actually go in and finish this, because you finish HD and all that other stuff, so you want to make sure everything's done, and then you can go and adjust it. So we'll show you.
So the big game was coming on, and again, and we were saying this some people earlier, it's like they had bought a 30-second Weego spot for the Super Bowl, but we knew that Anheuser-Busch buys a lot of media. They had Bud Light Platinum to watch this past Super Bowl. They had a big Budweiser campaign. They control all those dollars, so things were always moving and sliding. We didn't know when our spot was going to run, if it was even going to run. The second spot from our agency called Cook-Off wound up getting eliminated from the big game. It ran later, you've probably seen it. It's a spoof of the Iron Chef. So they saw the 60-second spot and they're like, we kind of like that. Okay, Weego gets the 60-second slot, and you know what? It's running in the fourth quarter. We're like, oh, great. And then we're like, oh, boy, if it's a blowout, you know, if the Giants or the Patriots are killing the other guys, it's like, is anybody even going to see it? So there's all these little things that we're worried about, and of course very conscious of not only the hockey award, but also, also the ad meter and all that. So it's like, you know, you don't want to finish last. That's your first goal, and we didn't. But we were excited that they were going to run the 60. A little bit concerned about the fourth quarter thing. Very happy with the end result. So just to remind you guys, this is what we saw.
Thank you, buddy. What? You got a dog? Yeah, he's a rescue dog. Name's Weego. Weego? What kind of name is that? Call him. Here we go. No. Yep. Here we go. Come on, Steve. Here we go.
Thank you. Here we go.
It's the sure sign of a good time. It's just right taste of Bud Light. Here we go.
Hi, Ned. Where's the,
Mr. Nugget here for you.
where's the,
Nugget. Hi, Nugget.
I take it you can see Nugget.
Oh, yeah.
He's ready for his interview.
Okay.
there's numbers on your questions, so hold on, I'm handing them out.
Okay, so the students are going to ask the questions. I think the first one's from Steven. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
My name's Steven. Nugget, was this your first commercial?
Was this your first commercial?
That means no. A bark means no, a nod means yes. So this was not his first. So is there follow-up stuff, Steve?
Was this your favorite commercial?
Was this your favorite commercial?
That was him nodding, but.
Question 2.
Question number 2.
Nugget, do your other rescue dog friends enjoy your fame?
Did other rescue dogs enjoy your fame? Yep.
No.
No.
So they weren't jealous?
So they weren't jealous?
All right.
3.
Question number 3.
Were you pissed off about the Doritos spot winning ad meter?
Hey Nugget, are you planning on doing more Bud Light ads?
Planning on doing more ads?
That was. He is.
He actually is.
He is.
So we might do something.
All right. Question number, is it number 5? There you go, this is for Matt.
Last question. Have you ever tasted Gamecock?
Have you ever tasted a game?
No.
Be honest, Nugget.
Be honest, Nugget.
All right. Nugget!
It's like the end of fireworks. Thanks, Nugget.
Thanks, Nugget. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bud Light had a tagline that was "Here we go," and so we came up with what we thought was the worst idea in the world, which was making it into a pun, where if you called a dog Weego and you call a dog named Weego, you would say, "Here we go," and that really cracked us up. We totally agree. It's that little rescue dog angle at the end that really kind of hit home. We've entered it in a few award shows, which they're all coming up in the spring, so we'll see. Hopefully it'll do pretty well. It came in second in the ad meter, which we were just grateful we didn't finish last.
Yay.
Coffee never blinks.